Is she your sexual soulmate? So men who like a lot of sex must choose a woman with these three qualities. You're successful, driven, ambitious, and let's be honest, you've got a healthy appetite for sex. You met this girl at maybe a friend's party or wherever, and she's stunning, she's charming, and you guys hit it off immediately. You start dating, and things are great at first, but soon you start noticing something. The girl's idea of intimacy doesn't quite match yours. The truth is, she values emotional connection over physical intimacy. For her, sex is just a small part of the relationship. She's more into deep conversations, spending quality time together, and building a strong emotional bond. And while these things are important for you, it's not enough. You feel like there's a big part of you that's just not being fulfilled. And this was your first mistake. You chose to date the wrong kind of woman. So how do you make sure that you find the right kind of woman for your needs? I promise you, if you stick around, I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to accomplish this. Jessica OS here. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, feel free to look around. If you're a man who loves intimacy, yes, I mean sex, then you need to be very strategic about the kind of woman that you choose. You want more sex in your relationship. Simple. You crave intimacy, and it's a big part of how you express love. So if you choose the wrong partner, you'll end up frustrated, misunderstood, and ultimately unhappy. Now, don't get me wrong, emotional connection is crucial, but if you're a man who needs frequent physical intimacy to feel connected, you need to be honest about it from the get-go. So what kind of woman should you be looking out for? Now, the kind of woman who's right for you if you want a lot of intimacy or sex is number one, a woman with a high libido. A woman with a strong desire for physical intimacy, who enjoys it frequently. So you might be wondering, how do you even know if a woman has a high libido? It's not like people wear advertising signs of their sexual desires on their forehead, right? Well, what I'm about to tell you will still ring true, even if she's a woman who insists on no sex before marriage. How can you tell she has a high libido? You just need to know where to look. First things first, pay attention to how she talks about sex and intimacy. Number one, does she have comfortable conversations? I mean, if she's comfortable talking about sex, not just in a casual or joking manner, but in a way that shows that she's open to the idea or interested, it's a great sign. She might bring up the topic herself or respond enthusiastically when you do. Does she express interest in these topics in a theoretical or future-oriented way? These are big questions you need to ask yourself. When it comes to physical affection, you want to watch how she behaves physically. Is she touchy-feely, that kind of girl? Does she initiate hugs, kisses, other forms of physical affection? A woman with a high libido often has a strong need for physical closeness, which will show up in her everyday gestures. Look for signs that she craves physical connection and expresses love through touch, even if it stops short of sexual activity. This will indicate that once a committed marital relationship is in the works, she will value and seek frequent sex from you. Also, I already touched on this a little bit. Is she talking in future terms? Notice if she's asking questions about your views on intimacy or shares her thoughts about the importance of physical connection in a future marriage. This shows she's thinking about it, she values it, and what it might be. And that's a great sign. Let's talk about body language. Her body language can be a big giveaway. If she often leans in, makes prolonged eye contact, seems genuinely excited when you're close by, it's a good sign that she's into you physically. Let's talk about initiation. Does she initiate intimate moments, right? Women with high libidos are not afraid to take the lead in the bedroom and outside of it. They might be the ones to actually suggest new things you can try together. And even if she's a no sex before marriage type, she's still going to be that big tease who will love to watch you suffer as she teases you on end. Talking about fantasies. Is she comfortable sharing her fantasies? And is she asking about yours? It shows that she's not just open-minded, but also eager to explore sexually, either now or whenever the time is right in the future. If you're not seeing at least one of these signs that I mentioned, tread cautiously. Guys, I said tread cautiously. These are guidelines, and I admit, every woman is different, but there's certain signs that are just dead giveaways, like the type I've just mentioned. And while you're trying to figure her out, make sure that you're asking about her desires and her preferences. Now, here's how you can approach it without it being awkward. Sometimes sharing your own desires and preferences first will help encourage her to open up about hers. You want to say things like, hey, I enjoy, and you just mention the specific aspect of intimacy that you enjoy. And you say, how about you? So maybe I enjoy BJ's. How about you? Instead of yes or no questions, you want to ask open-ended questions. For example, what do you enjoy most about being intimate? Or how do you feel about trying new things in the bedroom, right? You also want to be patient. Give her time to think and respond, because some of these conversations are a little intrusive and can be sensitive, and she might need a moment or two to feel comfortable sharing. Now, the second sign or quality of value a woman must have is aligned values. Now, in this case, the woman you're looking for is the woman who sees sex as a significant part of the relationship, just like you do. This means that even if she believes in waiting until marriage, she recognizes the importance of physical intimacy when it comes to relationships. And she will express her views on, for instance, the role of sex when it comes to your relationship, talking about its importance for connection, pleasure, satisfaction once you guys get married. A woman with aligned values would often discuss her expectations for marital intimacy openly. It's extremely important that your values align, because it ensures that once you guys are both ready, or once she gives you the green light, your needs and expectations around intimacy will be well matched. Guys, know what you need and don't settle for less. If intimacy is a big part of how you connect, then it's important that you find a woman who feels the same way. It's not about being selfish. It's about being true to yourself and ensuring that you're both happy. Okay? Keep that in mind. And finally, the last thing you want to look out for is someone who openly communicates. Now, is she comfortable talking about her sexual needs and desires openly? This means she's not shy or acting shy about discussing her preferences, her boundaries, her fantasies. Even if she believes in waiting until marriage, she can still talk about her expectations and desires for the future. A woman who values open communication will engage in these discussions about intimacy, ensuring that you're both on the same page and she likes where this is going. She'll ask questions about your preferences too, showing that she values your feelings and opinions about the situation. Now, this kind of openness ensures that when the time comes, you both feel confident and excited about your physical relationship. Okay, let me wrap this up. So if you like or want a lot of sex in your relationship, be sure to understand your needs fully and don't settle for less. If intimacy is a big part of how you connect, then it's important and imperative that you find a woman who feels the same way. Now, it's not about being selfish. Once again, it's about being true to yourself and ensuring that you're both happy. Because if you end up with a woman who simply doesn't understand your need for sex, you'll be in big, big trouble. Thanks for watching, guys. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Like the video as well, so I know and I can create more content, like this. And also let me know in the comments section, what's the most important thing you look out for in a partner? Listen, until next time, stay true to yourself. I'll definitely be seeing you in the next video. My name is Jessica OS. Thank you so much for watching. Cheers.